you do realise, don't you, that this is killing us City fans. It's killing us. I mean, when Pep Guardiola came into the Premier League, I mean, there were a lot of dissenting voices, he can't do it in the Premier League. And, fair play, he revolutionised how teams play, not just in the Premier League, across Europe. And he revolutionised. And at the time, I've said this before in some of my other videos, teams couldn't cope with it. They didn't know what to do. What's this, playing out from the back? How do we cope with this? I mean, again, like I say, I've said this in the previous video. A lot of teams now are doing it better than us. And they're hitting us on the counter-attack, all of that kind of stuff. And when he started doing it, I, for one, thought, you know what? Pep Guardiola is showing people here what a tactical genius he is. I'm beginning to wonder, is he actually a tactical genius or is he a one-trick pony? Because, okay, he's brought this style of football in, but is it the only style of football that he can come up with? Because watching the game today, and Gary Neville in game said, after they got absolutely hammered by Tottenham, I thought today we would see a different tactic, a different formation. He would play differently. No. He's still playing the same way, high back line, and you know exactly what's going to happen. I mean, Liverpool, he smelt blood, didn't they? Smelt blood, Liverpool. For the first, 15, 20 minutes in the game, they were just flirting balls through. They were really quick. The tempo was quick. Flirting those balls through. Wide balls. They scored from a ball out to Salah. Whipped over to the other side. It's a goal. City get the ball. And it's so pedestrian again. And we're so slow on the ball that Liverpool... I mean, to be fair, Liverpool... And, to be honest, I was going to say Liverpool's philosophy was, as soon as City have got the ball, 2 men on them, and it's borderline whether it's a foul or not, but they just stay on the right side. City played that way for many, many years. When Pep Guardiola brought this style in and City started playing that way, we played like that. It was the 5-second rule, win the ball back, just keep it on the, it could be a foul, it could be a niggly foul, but just keep it on the right side. Liverpool did that today to perfection. I mean, Liverpool today, I absolutely hate Liverpool with a passion, as I do United. But you've got to hand it to them. They just played their game, didn't they? They just played their game. Every pass was nice and a quick tempo, nice and crisp, a ball to feet. They very rarely gave the ball away. I mean, Núñez in the first half, oh my word, what a car crash. Every time he got the ball, he was pressurised and he just lost it. No fight, no nothing. Absolutely awful. Absolutely awful. Now, I've previously said on this channel, there'll be no calling players out, there'll be no knee-jerk reactions. It is getting to the point where, I'm having to do it because what more can you do? I don't know whether I necessarily blame the players. They look mentally exhausted at the moment. Again, whether it's these charges that the Premier League are trying to screw us with. We've got some House of Lords person now standing up saying that Liverpool, that City and Newcastle's owners should sell up, I mean, he's not saying that about the American-owned clubs, is he? Arsenal, Liverpool, United. He's not saying American-owned clubs. No, it's clubs that are owned by people from that other side of the world that we're not allowed to mention. I mean, it's an absolute disgrace at the moment. The Premier League, well, to be quite honest, everybody's doing a magnificent job in sticking the knife into City and giving it a really good twist. Okay, we know it's a perfect storm. I've said this before. We have ageing players. Bernardo Silva at the moment looks lost. Gundogan, I don't know what's happened to him at Barcelona. He's just, But, when we've got a midfield run with Gundogan, who is ageing, out of form, and we're playing him alongside Rico Lewis, is an up-and-coming player. He needs to play in a winning team. When we were a winning team, he looked amazing. That's why he got an England call-up. Today, okay, he didn't have a bad game, but you can't expect a young kid to carry the game, can you? It's not going to happen. Diaz back today. Okay, but it's his first game. I mean, I'd like to know the real truth behind how many of our starting 11, or even on the bench, how many of them are actually carrying injuries. De Bruyne must be. It has to be. Because why would you leave De Bruyne on the bench for a game like today? He has to be still doubtful with that injury. They must be trying to ease him. But I mean, surely by now he would have been eased into a game. The De Bruyne of 4 or 5 years ago would have been. By now he would have been back. He would have been playing from the first minute of the game. There must be a problem. There's got to be a problem. We looked a bit livelier in the second half, but then, of course, Liverpool, they play this high tempo, knocking the ball about, feeding the wide players, whipping the ball in, and they've got such skillful players to be able to do it with. And the difference between Liverpool and City today was absolutely glaring. Liverpool, dynamic, quick tempo, move the ball. Get the ball to the players who can do the damage. City, really pedestrian. When we actually did get control of the ball towards the end of the first half, Liverpool were pressing us so much that the ball was going back to the keeper. There was one particular time when Gundogan got the ball. A younger Gundogan would have spun and moved forward. Today, he got the ball, passed it back to the goalkeeper. Things have got to change. They've got to change. Okay, what do? Well, we've got to have a rebuild, I think, haven't we? I said in a previous video that the Premier League is gone now. 11 points. We'll never catch that up. But that's not the important thing now. The important thing for us, and I said this in the previous video, I know I'm repeating myself all of the time. The most important thing for us now is to get into the Champions League next season. Bar anything else, I would even sack off the Champions League this season. I'm not bothered whether we progress in it or not now. Not bothered. We need to concentrate. Even the FA Cup, let's get rid of the FA Cup. Not interested. Let's get into the Champions League. We need to get into the Champions League. We are not going to be able to sign players in January or next summer if we're not in the Champions League. We'll be able to sign players, but they won't be of the quality that we need. Well, absolutely dreadful result today, but I'm not unduly. Normally getting beat by Liverpool, I probably wouldn't have spoken a word for like 4 days. I would have been absolutely down in the dumps. I expected it today. I thought we'd get done more than 2-0, to be quite honest. So I did expect it. So I'm not too down in the dumps. What's worrying me at the moment is this is going on and on and on now, isn't it? The number of times over the seasons, every club has it. You lose a game, you might lose 2 games, but all the top clubs pick it back up again. We're not doing that. We've got Notts Forest now on Wednesday, I think it is. And Notts Forest are going great guns this season. Are we going to get 3 points out of that? We need to start putting 3 points on the board now in as many games as we possibly can, because Arsenal going great guns. Absolutely brilliant result for them yesterday. Putting 5 past West Ham. Chelsea are starting to pick up the pace now. They're looking really, really good. Who's one of their star players? Cole Palmer. Go figure. I don't know. There's an argument there to be had, isn't there? But Champions League now, we need to put everything else to one side and start getting points in the Premier League. And we need to start that on Wednesday. Will it happen? I have little faith in it. Okay, till next time, Blues. At the moment, it's not great news, is it? None of my content, none of my videos are going to be upbeat at the moment until we start looking like a team again and looking like a team who's going to, take the game to the opponent. And at the moment, just not happening. Okay, till next time, Blues, and we'll see you very shortly.